Amjad Hanif is the Vice President of Creator Products at YouTube, and he was gracious enough to do an interview with me talking about the changes to YouTube Shorts, YouTube monetization, and copyright. Here is that interview.
Roberto, good to see you. My name is Amjad Hanif. I'm the Vice President of Product Management for all the creator products that the creators use and love every day.
I'm really happy to be talking to you. I know that Team YouTube puts a tremendous amount of thought and care into what they do for creators. Do you mind telling us a little bit about the new creator expansions in monetization and what this means for content creators?
Great. So I'll give you a sense of what we announced today. The first thing we announced is that we're going to create a new pathway into the YPP program for shorts-focused creators. So with 10 million views over the course of 90 days, plus 1,000 subscribers, you'll be able to join YPP and earn rev share either from your shorts or your long form or live videos as well.
That is tremendous. Will shorts creators who have already earned their 10 million views be retroactively brought into this when this launches in 2023? Or will they need to get another 10 million views?
They'll need to, once we launch in early part of 2023, they'll need to earn 10 million views over that next 90 days. And based on what we've looked at, most of the folks who earn money over the course of this past year in the Shorts Fund will be able to join that program at 10 million views.
Wow, that sounds incredible to think about. I know that we've heard a lot about the fact that Shorts views on YouTube are at 30 billion per day now, billion with a B. And was it 1 trillion in total since Shorts launched in 2020?
I don't know that figure off the top of my head, but the 30 billion is definitely the most recent set of numbers we have, which is pretty amazing given we just launched Shorts 2 years ago.
No, it's tremendous. You guys also decided to change Shorts. You're sunsetting the Creator Fund in 2023. I know a lot of people have both in the community and in the media talked about creator funds and their compensation. What prompted you and Team YouTube looking at this to move away from creator fund monetization, which is sunsetting in 2023, and go to ad revenue sharing and including that to shorts creators the way that regular YouTube creators have enjoyed?
Great. As a part of this, we announced, Roberto, that we're going to be offering creators who do shorts rev share at a rate of 45% on those feeds. And really the thinking behind this was a fund is a fixed amount of money that's split across all those creators. And if you're trying to build your business, a fund doesn't give you that confidence on the paycheck you'll get month after month. And so we wanted to build a lot like what we've done for long form, which is a program that when we do better as a platform, creators also do better. I mean, that's the heart of the partnership program. And so this transition away from the fund is something we announced, and we're looking forward to getting that going in early part of 2023.
I'm really excited about this. I know this is going to mean so much to so many people. I've benefited from years through YouTube monetization. I believe that YouTube has helped stabilize and build a reliable path to a career within the creator economy for thousands upon thousands of creators and my peers, and globally it has to be hundreds of thousands, if not more. What do you think the future is with regard to this, given that you also made an announcement that will bring even more people into the creator economy? Can you tell us more about the lower tier threshold that is teased for sometime in 2023 that's lower than the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 hours of watch time, and also lower than the shorts monetization option right now?
Great, good question. So one of the other things we mentioned today is that we want to give creators who are at a much earlier stage of their journey a chance to earn directly from their fans through super chats, super thanks, and channel memberships. And so we haven't yet set the thresholds, but sometime next year, we'll introduce this new tier, which will allow creators a little bit earlier in their life cycle to be able to start earning money directly from their fans.
No, that's tremendous. You can't give us a hint of what those lower requirements might look like for the fan funding?
I can't give you a hint quite yet, but we'll be out with those numbers pretty soon. It'll be less than 4,000 watch hours and the 1,000 subs you have today. It'll be less than that, but something that creators...
it'll be less on both of those requirements?
Yeah, most likely it'll be less on both of those, which really just reflects somebody that's in an earlier stage of their career.
Excellent. Now, this also doesn't apply to the new YouTube shopping panel, which used to be called the merch shelf, that will still be part of the traditional YouTube partner program, and nothing is changing, I assume, about the traditional YouTube partner program.
Yeah, we're not changing anything on that, on the shopping panel as it exists today.
Okay, excellent. No, this is fantastic. So in addition to monetization, we also got some great news about copyright and fair use, which I know a lot of people will be thrilled and over the moon about. I have avoided using copyright music for over the 1,600 uploads to my channel for a good reason. Can you tell us about some of these new changes? The way I hear it, we're getting a big change to shorts, but we're also getting a big change to regular video on demand for YouTube when it comes to copyright.
A lot of changes in there. And let me just start by saying that, you know, nobody's happy with the way things are today. Artists miss out because they can't get their music in the hands of creators. Creators miss out because they can't use the best song for that particular video at the right moment. And the viewers miss out because they're not able to see that finished product being as best as it could be. And so we have a few different solutions depending on the format you're looking at. If you're using shorts as a part of this new program, you'll be able to use any song from our catalog and be able to use it throughout that short format video. And that doesn't affect the 45% creator rev share.
Now, does the up to 60 seconds of music, does this only apply to music in YouTube's catalog? And does it only apply to people who are monetized in the YouTube partner program, whether that's shorts or regular?
It'll be for all creators that are posting shorts, whether they're in the YPP program or not. And they'll be able to choose from the music library like they do today. And all those songs that are there, they'll be able to use without having to worry about how it affects. They will still earn 45% a rev share on those songs.
Does this affect music that exists outside of the current YouTube music library?
That I don't know the exact answer to that question.
Okay.
We're going to follow up on that one.
All right. No, please do follow up with me on that one. I know a lot of people are dying to hear about that. Now, when it comes to music on regular, traditional, long-form YouTube videos, what are the expansions to copyright and fair use when it comes to monetizing music content in regular YouTube videos?
We announced two products today that are for longer-form videos, all under this banner of Creator Music. We're going to create this marketplace, which there's already about 1,000 beta testers in the US, and it'll expand to most of the US later this fall. You'll be able to look at a catalog, search based on your budget or the artist you have in mind. There's an option to purchase the license for that song. And once you purchase the license for that song, you can include it in that video and you keep all of the monetization for yourself for that video.
And this is a one-time use license, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a one-time use license for that video. And it has an expiration date and a set of terms that are fairly flexible. And the price could vary from anything from free to a few dollars to even a few $100s potentially. And that's all based on the music labels.
No, this is tremendous. And I think it's going to open up a lot of options and creativity. Can you tell us anything more about the expansion of music licensing and the expansion of the relationships with record labels? We know that there are other platforms that are touted for their allegedly wonderful relationship with the music labels and such. But I know that YouTube has worked hand in hand with labels for a very, very long time since, I've been on the platform literally forever now. Could you tell us a little bit more about the future plans, if you're able to, for those relationships and the expansion, what we can look forward to in terms of more music being added to the license library?
Great. Well, the other part of the announcement is that there will be this second path, which allows creators to use songs and then share that revenue with the recording artists, split the creator rev share across whatever number of songs they have in their video. Both of these two changes, I'd say that the music industry is excited and deeply engaged in them because when we look at it, when you step back, it's a win for everyone. The music industry wants creators to be able to use the latest music and to use the creators to get that music in front of viewers. That's where the fans are these days. Creators also want to use this music as well. And so part of our role is to bring all these parties together and create this new marketplace called Creator Music.
Yeah, I think that everybody can win here, and I think that it's tremendous. I think the audience wins. I think the copyright holders in the music industry win, and I absolutely think that the content creators win with this. With regard to the revenue split on music when you use it in your videos, is that revenue sharing, is the amount of that revenue sharing determined by the copyright holders, or is it a fixed amount?
Good question. So if you choose this revenue sharing option, it will be evenly split between the creator and the rights holders. And so in the simplest example, if there's a creator and one commercial track, the 55% that they earn today on long form will be split in half.
So if we earn $100 for that particular video, after YouTube's 55-45 split, which I've always loved how generous that is, that after that, if it said that our estimated revenue for the video was $100, it'd be 50 for us and 50 for the label, correct?
50% of that 55, yeah.
But yeah, 50%. If the 55% for us was $100, then it'd be $50 to each.
Yeah, there's one, in copyright, there's always, in licensing, there's always special cases. There are in some regions where there's performance fees that need to be paid, and that may be deducted from that amount. That's like a special case, but yes, essentially you'll be split in two.
Okay, no, that sounds great, and that makes sense. And I'm sure that that is a very limited exception, given the majority of the users that this is going to apply to. But that's great to know that you have already thought that piece out and that you guys are on top of it. With regard to not necessarily just this announcement that we just got through, but the expansion of creator monetization on YouTube, I obviously don't think that this is all you guys have in store for us or up your sleeve. What can you tell us? I know you can't tell us or tease anything that hasn't been announced officially. And we did also get the announcement of you guys offering the ability for YouTube creators to launch paid courses on the platform also coming in 2023. Can you just give us some insight into the thought process of the monetization roadmap and that what you guys are thinking of for the future and where you guys are just coming from when it comes to offering us more options to monetize on YouTube?
I mean, it starts with even just something as simple as the name of the program. It's the YouTube Partner Program, and we do view the creators as being our partners and us working together to help creators monetize their passion and their creativity. And in modern days, as opposed to 15 years ago, that means that it's across multiple formats. And so the same creator is creating shorts, is going live, is doing courses, and we want to make sure that the program supports creators monetizing across those formats. So I don't have any secret projects to tip my hat about today, but all of our work is to make sure a creator can earn money, build their business, connect with their fans across all of these formats.
No, that is tremendous. I have just a few more questions for you if you still have time and if you don't mind.
No, let's do it.
Okay, so when you do launch these paid creator courses on YouTube coming up, do we know what the revenue split will be for course creators on YouTube?
I don't know the exact number, and so that could be a follow-up. I do know that we have special terms for the first year or two to help creators get started, but I don't have the exact number off the top of my head. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that will be pretty generous for the onboarding process for creators. When it comes to YouTube Super Thanks, which you guys released and then allowed to everybody who's a YouTube partner, thank you again for that, will Super Thanks be something that is featured in YouTube Shorts coming up in 2023?
Yeah, we've been testing it actually for a few weeks already, and you should see an announcement. I think it's about a week and a half away, 2 weeks away, and we will have Super Thanks on Shorts. And it'll have the same rev share we have today, which is
the same 70-30 rev share with YouTube Shorts plus Super Thanks. All right. Really looking forward to that. That's going to be great for so many creators. And I know that that's going to help with the fan funding onboarding as well. So I'm very happy to hear that.
Really exciting.
with YouTube paid courses, is this going to, in the schema of YouTube monetization, represent a different subcategory, or will this exist combined kind of in that whole YouTube shopping category? Because I know we have shopping, we have supers, we have ad revenue, we have brand connect. Will courses be some new subcategory, or will it come under one of the existing subcategories?
I think we haven't fully landed on where it will fit. I think that right now it's thought of as a separate category. Although when you think about it, a course is made up of a collection of videos. And so I think we have to figure out the right home for it. The viewer who's looking for a course may actually be looking for all courses as opposed to all videos. And I think there's a lot of considerations on the design side we've got to work through.
I see. No, as someone with a graphic design background, I really think about those things in UX and UI design, but also the branding side. I think it was very smart for you guys to create the category of supers and then have these differentiations between it. So that was very clever. And then by creating YouTube shopping, you've kind of expanded a lot of the options that can be taken further with that, because there's always more that can be added on. Can you tell us anything about the future of YouTube shopping? Is there anything in development there?
You know, I actually personally can't tell. There's a colleague of mine that runs that. I know there's a lot of exciting stuff planned, but I don't have any of the details to share with you today.
Okay. No, that's absolutely fair. That's 100% fair. This is just a really exciting time. I could not be happier to be a creator and to be part of this. I have to ask you, from the perspective of YouTube and from your position right now, are you very optimistic about anybody who wants to get started in the creator economy? I know that there are a lot of people who are like, they feel it's too late. They feel they missed the boat. I feel YouTube Shorts gives a new breath of fresh air into beginners for YouTube. As a product developer that focuses on creators and on our career and on our future, like, what are your thoughts about newbies entering to the creator economy and who are new in the space? Like, you know, are you optimistic about their chances?
I am. Look, the one thing that's been true over the 15 years since we launched the YouTube Partner Program is that every year the creator economy has grown. And so now you have 10 plus ways to monetize, whether it's brand deals, whether it's paid courses, whether it's shorts. And so the result of that means that creators of any different vertical or focus or even region can find a way to get monetized. And I think that was never true 15, 20 years ago. And so I think there's no better time to be a creator. And I think what the message we also want to share today is that the platform to start that journey is YouTube, where you can start on shorts and earn money from them, but you can also expand into long form and live. It's all bringing your audience and all of your creative work together in one place.
No, that is tremendous. I think two of my last questions before we go, and then unless there's anything you'd like to add, I want to ask you about YouTube's foray into podcasting real quick, because I saw the announcement. I'm really excited as a podcaster myself to see the YouTube, podcasting in the Explore tab. And I know that you guys instantly became the largest podcasting platform in the world from that. Are there any plans further around that we can look forward to in the next quarter or in early 2023? And are there any monetization expansion plans that go with that?
I don't know if there's any monetization plans that are firm or we've talked about publicly, but it is a new investment area for us. And it comes back to this concept of a multi-format creator. And one of the things we realized that actually some of the most popular videos on the platform were actually videos of podcasts being recorded in a studio. Yeah. And so it made sense to give creators just one more way to connect with their audience. And I know that even for my own usage, I will watch shorts during the course of a day. I will listen to a podcast. I may watch a podcast. And so that's part of the thinking behind making that format available.
It makes perfect sense, and I've enjoyed it. You may be familiar. I actually live stream my podcast to YouTube, and then the video on demand is available for people. But then I literally strip the audio out of that and post that as my audio podcast and distribute it to all the other places where people can enjoy an audio-only format. So I've benefited tremendously from that. We're looking at taking that content and making clips and shorts from it as well on my highlights channel. So I'm really excited about the podcasting ecosystem for YouTube and any feature developments that come from that in the near future. And so that leads me to live streaming and the fact that thank you for the expansion of gifted channel memberships for live streamers and gifted channel memberships in general. But I know that a lot of us, we use the live stream specifically to cultivate our channel memberships. I think that that's something that any YouTuber can do, but I think us live streamers do it a lot, especially. When it comes to live streaming, are there any feature or product development announcements that we could start to look forward to or anything that's on your radar?
I don't think there's any that are on the radar that I can share with today. I mean, we do spend a lot of time thinking about what makes sense for live, expanding it. You might see in the future different monetization options which don't exist today for live, but we don't have anything to announce today. There's a couple of things that I'm excited about on the live side. First, you mentioned gifting memberships. We launched that earlier this year. Creators have loved it. We also started earlier this year with live redirect. It was in test phases early on, but now it's available to all creators. And that's another way for the live community to share new creators and expand reach for folks.
Now, I'm thrilled about it. I've actually enabled live redirect for all, so I can just siphon as many views as possible whenever anyone wants to do that for me. I'm excited about anything else you want to do and expand in the future with live streaming. You mentioned that there might be updates and changes to gifted channel memberships. Is there anything specific about those things that you've been asked by the community to change or that people want to make it easier to use?
Probably the number one request was viewers have to opt in today in order to accept memberships. And that was some of the feedback we had early on in the summer. And we want to make it less work for viewers so they can receive that membership and be able to take advantage of it quickly. So we're making some changes in the steps that a viewer takes in order to receive the gift. We think that'll make it much easier to have higher redemption rates.
I agree 100%. And I think that making things easiest on the viewer is the most important thing. And out of every platform that I've ever experienced, YouTube tries its best to create the best viewer experience. I mean, who wants to use the second or third best app at the end of the day? Most of us do not. And that's where I think people love YouTube and why it has billions of viewers worldwide every day and why it has 100 million creators that want to be a part of this. And so here's a fun question for you. What is your favorite thing about working at YouTube?
You know, for me, what I love is the tools and the products and the programs we build help creators build their own businesses, connect with people, teach people things, expand knowledge across the globe. And so, you know, the work we do gives millions of creators voice to an audience of billions. And there's very few places you can have so much impact across the globe. And that's honestly what keeps me energized, pumped, excited about the stuff we've launched today and all the stuff we're going to build next year.
I cannot wait. I am thrilled. And I'm the YouTube monetization guy. I'm going to be taking advantage of every single feature that you could possibly give me in one way or another on one channel or another. I really want to thank you, Ajmal, for taking the time to talk to me today. I've really enjoyed it. I hope that we get to do it again sometime. I'd love the opportunity to talk with anyone from Team YouTube in the future about what is helping creators, what you're developing, what you're building. YouTube has transformed my life in ways you cannot begin to imagine. It's, made me a homeowner before 40. It's helped me support my family. It's allowed me to, give my mom a surgery that restored her eyesight. YouTube has been a blessing and a gift in my life. And I know that's true for millions of creators. And I just want to say thank you to you and the team at YouTube for everything you do for us.
That's an amazing story. That's what makes me so energized about the work we do. It's been good spending time with you, Roberto. Happy to come back on your podcast whenever you'd like.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks.